Peace, love, and blessings to each and every one of you. Welcome and welcome back to Redefining Authenticity. My name is Sheronda L. Barksdale, your life empowerment coach over at Authentically Your Expressions, where I'm helping you live your most authentic life.
All right. Peace and blessings, love and light, and welcome. I am Kim Martin Raymond, your toolbox essentialist and founder of Redefining You LLC, where I help my clients to realign themselves, mind, body, and spirit. And it is also home of the 365-day challenge, where we are on day 293. We're coming up on 300. Next week will be 300, and the real countdown will begin.
The real one.
The real one.
It
I've
feels
been
real,
counting
real
down.
these days. It's feeling real, real.
Real.
Yeah, so how you
Um,
doing, Kim?
I'm doing all right. I'm home for the moment. I just flew back in last night.
Carmen San Diego made it back to the
I
hizzy.
made it back. I made it back yesterday, and I'll be flying out again in a couple of weeks. So I'm home. I'm grounded for a little while, just for a minute.
Just 1
But
minute.
happy to be at home as always. Anytime you see a little tree behind me, that means I'm planted just for a little while.
Just
So
a little while.
excited
Just
to
a
be
little.
back. But things are going good. How about you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Being mama, the most excellent girlfriend. I don't care what he said.
Okay.
I don't care what he said. Being that life coach, being that entrepreneur, being that
Right.
friend, being that all the things that we be, and being everything I need to be for myself. Y'all, we are having such an important conversation tonight. Look, my homie Kim has mentioned this in a couple of our videos about seasonal depression because that's real. I don't particularly experience it mainly because my seasonal depression need to be when summer start, okay? Because when it gets hot, that's when I'm like, this some bullshit. I don't feel like dealing with it. I don't want. I
Right.
love the sun, but the
Yes.
sun comes in the fall and winter too. Okay, so I get to still have it. I don't
Yes.
like the heat. I'm not a heat person. We
Okay.
in Georgia, the heat is disrespectful. Not only that, the humidity in Georgia is unmatched. Kim, I grew up by the beach, by the ocean in South
Right.
Carolina. We
Right.
had breeze. Where's the breeze in Georgia?
There's no
But
breeze.
many
There's no
people
breeze.
are dealing with seasonal depression, especially related to the holidays and especially related to grief. People
Yeah.
that they've lost and had things that they did with those people, the Thanksgiving, the Christmases, And I wanted to do this because Kim has definitely. I surprised her with the topic, y'all. I was like,
You did,
I've
but
been
it was
listening to my
cool
baby.
because
I've
it
been
was
listening.
right in line. Yeah, it was right in alignment with what I've been doing with the 365-day challenge. I started off the
Hmm.
month of October talking about ways that we can,
Yes,
deal with holiday stress. And so
yes.
that's what we have been talking about for the first 15 days of October. And now we're
Hmm.
talking about harvesting personal growth. So there are a lot of things that are going on in this month of October. But as we getting closer to the holidays, we want to try to prepare you as we're going into this holiday season, so you have the tools that you need before the stressors come on. Everything is
Exactly.
about being proactive and not reactive. And
Exactly.
so I
And
feel
let
the
me
same.
let me throw that out there. Make sure y'all dial 988 if it becomes too overwhelming, if you're feeling lonely, if you're having suicidal thoughts, if you just need somebody to talk to that you feel like is not going to judge you, dial 988 and get the help that you need. There's plenty of support there.
That's it. And what I'll do is I'll have that one go up down there at the bottom. So that's our little banner for down there. But
Yes.
then towards the middle of the show, we'll put the other banner back up because that has our information to make sure that you are like, following, sharing, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. So that'll
Yeah.
be going across the bottom of the screen. And then it'll also be a QR code at the end of the show so that you can like, follow, share, and subscribe to us. Make sure you're doing that. So we know that you know when the show is coming on and what
Yes.
topics we'll be talking about. Okay, so let's get
Period.
into it. Let's get into it.
Yes. So today we're talking about finding light in the dark, navigating seasonal depression with grace and awareness. It's giving ourselves being okay, telling ourselves it's okay to feel the way that we feel, and having the awareness of our feelings. So, Kim, you want to kick us off and get us started today?
Absolutely. Okay, it says seasonal depression isn't a sign of weakness. It's your body's natural rhythm reacting to less sunlight, colder temperatures, and disrupted routines. Okay, when I think about that seasonal depression, I immediately think because I, work from 8:30 to 5:30, when you're getting up and you're leaving the house in the dark and you're coming
So
back in the dark,
it's
that
dark.
just throws me all the way off. That's something that I haven't, because I don't feel like I'm getting that sunlight. And then I'm in the
Hmm.
building. I have a big picture window in my office, so I'm getting some sun, but just
Yeah.
like you said, it's harder to get up. Okay. Because
Yes.
me and my covers and my blankets have a relationship. Okay. So
We
we talk
gotta
about
spray
getting up.
some blanket, pillow,
All
cover,
right.
spray
All
some.
right. All right. I am your quintessential SpongeBob person. I get up in the morning. I'm like, I'm ready. Yippee. I get up out that bed. That alarm goes off. As soon as I'm up before the alarm goes off. 5:30. I'm going down to do my exercise. When it's cold, I'm like, burr. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm not hopping out of the bed as quickly as I would during those summer months. So yeah, it
Yeah.
just throws everything off. When it gets dark, my body immediately says, okay, it's
It's
time
bit.
to go to sleep.
It's bit.
My circadian rhythm be all the way off.
Yeah.
Everything is off. Your
Yeah.
body is just off. And then
Yeah.
if you are a person that is going through menopause, like myself, and all kinds of things, you're already out of whack.
Girl.
Now
Can I
you
say
whack
this though,
into that.
Kim? I do feel the aches. Now
Yes.
that 46, 45, 46 brought on the aches of the cold.
Hmm.
As much as I enjoy the pretty colors changing on the leaves,
Right.
and with the Perry coming around, that coolness feels pretty good these days. The
Okay.
aches, the joints, that feel you feel frozen almost when you
Yes.
wake up first thing in the morning because it's so cold. So I feel you.
Yeah, I'm sounding like a transformer when I get out of the bed. It's like everything is right, right. And I have to, I wiggle my toes, everything, make sure everything is still functioning before I
Yeah.
get out of that bed. But yes, everything. You're trying to get warmth. As soon as I go into my office, I'm turning on my heater,
Hmm.
and then I've had a nice hearty breakfast, and now you've got all that warmth and everything like that. And now all of a sudden it's like, uh-oh, you start feeling a little tired, your energy and your motivation is low. And so, I'm constantly trying to find things that'll motivate me in the morning, whether it be some music that I put on in my office, because, I'm all about the smooth jazz. But after a while, it's like you set yourself up to go right
To
to
go
bed.
right to sleep.
So I have to be real careful. I make sure I have my protein. I'm making sure that I stay energized. But
Hmm.
yeah, a lot comes with those seasonal changes. And yes,
Yes.
it can definitely affect your mood. I'm a person that if it's like cloudy outside, clouds are like kryptonite to me. I need for
Ooh.
it to be sunny every day because if that little ray of sun doesn't come through, I'm weak. I'm like, yeah, I feel like I have no power.
You're debilitated.
Yes, I need the sun. And if I'm coming in
Shut
the
it
dark
down.
and I don't get that sun coming in there,
Yeah.
I have to, get some type of light to just.
Yes.
And sometimes that artificial light, even though it's not always the healthiest thing, sometimes I need that artificial light because I'm like, okay,
Sometimes.
I need to feel the that sun. I need to know that
Yes.
that sun is out there. Otherwise, I'm stuck.
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm stuck.
Yeah. So
All
some
right.
things you might notice
Yes.
during this time. Pay close attention because we're becoming self-aware of how we're feeling. Low energy or motivation, like Kim said. That seasonal depression, you have to pay attention all of a sudden when you're really an active person, but then the seasons change and you notice, I don't feel like doing anything. And it's hard to push yourself forward to get anything done. Just pay attention to that. That's not an absolute diagnosis because we're not diagnosing people, right? But we're making you aware of what it can look like. What you think, Kim?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All of these things come with it. And it's just a matter of having that level of awareness. Everything is about awareness because you cannot experience healing if you cannot, identify what it is that's going on
What's
with your
going on with
body.
you? Hmm.
That's why we always talk about self-care and making sure that you're tapping into yourself. You have to have that level of awareness about what things are going on in your body so that way you can respond positively to them. It's
Yeah.
about your car. When that little indicator light comes on, it's saying that something is wrong and that you
Something's
need to pay
wrong.
attention. And we need to do that same thing when it comes to our bodies. What is our body doing? I'm feeling an ache or a pain. I'm feeling something. I'm having a little headache. I'm getting a stuffy nose. What are some of the things that are telling me that something is wrong?
Mhm.
And we
Yeah.
have to be able to tap into those warning signs that are coming up. because our bodies give us a signal, and sometimes we're just reluctant. We're just like, oh, it's just a little pain, it'll go away. Or,
Yeah,
oh, I'll just wait. Oh, we try to mask it. And that's something
exactly.
that we have to be careful of too. Don't be so quick. Oh, let me just grab,
Just cover it up.
medication, or I'm going to grab this, or I'm going to do it, and just cover it, because eventually you want to identify it so that you can figure out how to, you know, get over that 100% and not have to keep going back. We know that with
Absolutely.
the seasons come seasonal allergies. We're also talking about uh, flu and cold
Flu
season.
and cold season.
Okay,
Whoa.
listening, COVID is still
It's
alive
still
and
out here.
well.
Yeah.
So, this is the season right now where we really have to pay attention to our bodies and start doing things that are going to help us to fight off, infection and disease.
It's dis-ease. And
This,
even sadness or irritability. You
mm,
notice you have a low energy. You're not very motivated, but you're also like, I feel sad and I don't know why.
right,
If you find yourself saying that, you might have to consider it could be. And it's starting like the September, October, the fall months. And it kind of follows you into the spring. All every year around this time, I'm noticing I get real sad. And I don't
hmm,
even know why. This is the time to tap into those emotions
absolutely.
because you want to be aware, like Kim always talks about the toolbox.
That's
You
right.
want to know. I have a girlfriend. I learned about seasonal depression probably in my early 20s. I have a girlfriend who was fully aware
Hmm.
that she had seasonal depression. So she knew ahead of time that going into these seasons, she was about to have some low energy. She's going to feel unmotivated. She knew. So she had different things that she knew to put in place to
Yeah,
keep her motivated. Or even if she couldn't motivate herself, she could do the things that felt good, be
right.
around the friends and all those things. So sadness or irritability, everything that somebody says irritates you, the children getting on your last nerve, the dog done did something. Why is them dishes over there?
Right,
Why does traffic in front of me? Everything seems to be a heightened sense of irritability.
right.
It's something to consider.
That's it. And then you have to think, what is it that I can do? What is something that I can put in place?
Yeah,
I've been talking about healthy habits. What are some healthy habits that you're already getting yourself involved in, that you can just step right into it? You're just like, okay, I may not experience that seasonal
yeah,
depression the way I did last year because
yeah,
I've incorporated some things that are going to alleviate that.
exactly.
So it's
And later
something.
on in our slides, the toolbox essential is going to help us figure out them tools, baby.
Hey, hey. All right, let's move on.
Yes, it's,
Yes.
you do we want to get to the rest of that slide?
Oh,
Hold
I,
on.
I am so sorry. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
I'm
But
sorry.
the cravings for carbs or sweets,
Oh my.
I know Kim can speak about that because that's our nutrition. She's not a nutritionist, but she's gonna get us moving.
I'm your holistic
She's
nutritionist.
our
So yes,
holistic
talking about
nutritionist.
cravings and carbs, we
Come on.
really have to, as we're aging, we really have to focus in on our protein intake. Because a lot of those cravings for carbs and sweets are sometimes a result of us not getting enough protein, not drinking
Yes.
enough water,
Mm-hmm.
and so and doing too much snacking. And what happens is those cause our body to have those cravings because we're either eating too fast. There are
Yeah.
so many things that fall under that category of why we crave carbs.
Mm.
Sometimes we're wanting those things because they're comfort food.
Yeah.
We want those things, and some people are even of the mindset that I want to be a little fluffy during those winter months. I don't want to feel frail, so I'm going to eat all of those good breads and pastries and things that are going to fluff me up a little
Yeah.
bit, like you're a bear or something.
Like you're a bear or something. You ain't hibernating
You're gonna
no
go
way.
into
You're not
hibernation.
hibernating.
you're
That's how
not.
you we getting them trifling men that want to be up with skinny little things
Yes.
that look like the straw right here. And they want to be up under you because you want to go get fluffy real quick. Now they
They
want
want
to
to be
roll
with
up
the
underneath
fluffy
you.
ones. Right, right. And so, yeah, those cravings are going to come up. And then, of course, the holidays don't help because that's when all of the cookies and pastries
Oh,
and all of those things are
oh,
most available.
most
They're
of it.
available during the year, but yet they're not freshly made like
Right.
grandma and mama make,
And then the
which is so.
chili come out, all the
Oh,
chilies, the
yes,
soups, the all
yes,
those things that have just been cooked
yes.
slow and just makes you
That's it.
feel warm inside. Usually got
That's it.
1 trillion
Okay.
calories in them.
But there are wonderful alternatives for those carb and sweet. tastes that you're craving, but it's really identifying what it is that's causing you to crave those foods. And sometimes it's how you're eating during the rest of the year.
The
So
rest of the year. That does.
there's a lot that
Yeah.
goes behind those cravings. Some of those cravings can be minimized, by continuing in healthy habits throughout the year so that even as you come upon the holiday season, you'll notice changes. There are
Yeah.
certain cravings that I don't have anymore because I've put certain things in place. I eat a certain way. And so now when I have those sweets, sometimes it's good to have them just to satiate, but it's all about moderation.
Moderation.
Moderation, having just that little bit and saying okay, and not just, having more of it. And it just continues to escalate.
It
You have
just
to be
escalates.
careful in watching your carbs, your sweets, and making sure that you're not getting those things in those lovely drinks as well. Hot cocos and hot teas and
Ooh,
things like that. And you're putting all that honey and sweeteners and things in those drinks. Those are not helping with your cravings either, because the more sugar you have, the more you're going to crave sugar.
that's it.
So
That's it.
it's a lot. We can go on and on. But
Yeah.
yeah, we get
And
the
then the
idea.
last thing you might notice is the withdrawal from activities you normally enjoy. Where you normally may go to the gym on a regular basis.
Right.
You normally hang out with your girlfriends on the fourth Saturday every month to have brunch. The things that you normally do, all of a sudden when the seasons change, you think it's sometimes we think it's just because it's gotten cold. But when you add all the things together, am I isolating?
Right.
With the kind of withdrawal that I don't feel like being around people. We're
Right.
just telling y'all to pay attention. And they said it's not just in your head. Look at the affirmation. We're affirming you right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just in your head. Your biology, your hormones, and even circadian
Yes, Canadian.
rhythm are adjusting. Awareness is power because when you can name what's happening, you can nurture yourself through it. I love that.
Absolutely, absolutely. I also think, and even to piggyback off of what you're talking about withdrawing from normal activities,
Mhm.
because the holiday seasons come up and people are sightseeing. There are more people. There are going to be more
There's
people in
going
the
to be.
stores and at different eateries and things like that as the holidays come up as well. And
Yep.
some people just don't want to be around a whole lot of people.
Don't want to be around a lot of people.
I'm from New York. I think about New Year's. I would never ever want to be in Times Square
You're
with
not
all
gonna go
those
to Times Square with me
bajillion
one
trillion people.
time, just one
No,
time.
yeah, off season,
No, I want to go for New.
ma'am.
I want to
Let
go
me
for New
tell you
Year's, but
something.
can we?
New
But we're gonna have
Yorkers
enough money.
know we're
We have
not
enough
trying to
money to
be
be up in
down.
a window to look down. We're not gonna be there. I just want to see.
Okay, all right, that's different. That's
Okay,
different.
okay.
Because I'm not. What I'm not trying to be is in a whole crowd of people like that. Some people have anxiety. That's too
I
many
have social
people
anxiety.
in one. Yes, and there are too many people in one place, and all somebody has to do is make a sound that even sounds like it's a gunshot, and people are going to scatter. So
And people get trampled and everything.
yes, it's that social anxiety. It's too
Yep,
many people.
there's too many people.
When it's the
I want to go
holidays and
down
you
there
want to
one
go in the
time.
store and the carts are bumping into each other and stuff like it's too many
You,
people.
Jay, me, and G, we're going one year. I'm telling
We gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that offline because but it's just too many people. It's too much
you, it's a lot of people down
anxiety,
there.
and I'm
It's a lot.
old and I can't move the way I used to move, and so I don't need to get crushed
So to the
by
peach
nobody.
thing right downtown. Is there a hotel that's facing the peach drop?
Yeah, and that price is gonna be a grip too. That's anxiety right there. Like I said, that's a whole nother offline conversation because you got to pay to play. So yeah, yeah. We don't talk about that.
I love
Let that
her.
go now. Yeah, but just like you said, social anxiety because there's just so many people. So
So many.
there's a
G
lot
said
that
the
can
same thing.
go
Y'all
on.
from New York, so I'll trust y'all.
Yes, there's too many. There's too many people in one place, and so yeah, yeah, and then
Look at
too
that
many
face,
people who
y'all.
are not commonly there. Yeah, I'm just
Look
like
at that face.
that's
She's
enough.
like,
That's enough. All right, let's move on.
let's move on.
Okay, you might. All right, it says gentle self support during the season. This is where we shift from survival to self support. Okay, and here are some life coaching practices to ground and uplift you. Okay, so I guess we need to talk a little bit about what gentle self support is during that season. Where we shift from survival to self support.
Yes.
Again, that comes with awareness. that comes with us being able to identify what it is that we're feeling,
Yeah.
so that way we're not getting in that fight or flight and running from it. We're saying, okay, we're identifying it and saying, okay, these are going to be some of the tools that I'm going to need. Have I been here before? Is
Yeah.
this a feeling that I've experienced before? And if I
Yeah.
have, what was it that I did to support myself during that time? Was it meditation? Was it just stopping and taking a few deep breaths? What was it that helped to support me during that time
Yeah.
when I was making that shift? So it's
Yeah.
important for us to get grounded and to figure out exactly what it is that's causing that shift.
And self support is empowerment. We're trying to empower you with your strengths. Sometimes we can't run out and get a therapist. Sometimes we can't afford a life coach. Sometimes that's just not a part of what we could do at that moment. But there are ways that you can learn to support yourself so that you can be empowered. But you have to have an awareness, like Kim said. There has to be a level of awareness that there's something even going on at all. Sometimes we just have feelings and that's just it. We can't label it. But the moment we could call a thing, the
Yes.
moment I could say that over there is a car, that over there is a tree, and that over there is me feeling sad, that over there is me feeling depressed. That when we could call it a thing, now we can find the tools to push towards the thing in
Yeah.
order to be able to have that healing process that we really truly want to be able to support ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. All right. And then it says, look, it says light therapy for your mind and mood.
you
It
just
says,
talked about that.
yeah, it says spend times outdoors in the morning, light when possible, and invest in a light therapy lamp. Think of the light as medicine for your spirit. So many things, just going outside and smelling that fresh air,
Mhm.
especially if you're a person that works from home or spends an extensive amount of time indoors. It's really good to take a moment to step outside, to ground.
Yes,
They say that it's beneficial to take, barefoot, go out there and ground for 20 minutes,
yes,
just to get just to connect with the earth,
earth. Mhm.
just to take in that deep, fresh air, because the air inside can get stale at times if you're just
Yes,
consistently in the house or consistently in the building.
yeah.
You know, we always encourage you going out, getting that natural sunlight, that vitamin D, going out and smelling the air, just that connection
Yes,
to Mother Earth is just something
yeah.
that's irreplaceable.
And when you live in spaces like Kim and G grew up in New York, when the ground's covered in snow during certain months of the
Right.
year, a lot of months of the year, open your blinds. Open your blinds so that there's some natural sunlight. Don't even just screw them open, pull them so they go all the way up so you get some of that sunlight in every room of the house. And guess what? Just crack the window just a little bit so
Right.
some of that air, that stagnant air, that stale air, could circulate out the house and you can bring in some fresh air and then close it. Turn your
Yeah.
heat on, let it do it for you. You can do that for about 10, 20 minutes. Then close the windows back. I understand it's cold, but you don't want to be stuck in stagnant. Y'all breathing each other's breath at this point. Anyway, just breathing each other's damn breath at this point.
Okay. Okay.
Open the windows, crack the window, open them up a little bit, and you'll be able to get some air. But Kim, I'd never heard of a light therapy lamp until I did this research.
Hmm.
Never heard of it.
Hmm. They
That is
do
awesome.
light therapy lamps. Okay. Because think about people who live in states where
In
it's
Alaska,
dark, right, half the year. What do they do, or what can they do?
I knew they
It's
had light,
constant
but I never thought about
artificial
that.
light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, and it's something worth doing the research on just to see what it is that they say,
What?
you know? And even just to switch gears a little bit, because I love the light therapy and I love talking
Mhm.
about that. But I'm a big person on that sage.
Listen,
Sage your house. When you talk about air and stale air and areas that you're in and being able to shift energy, I love a good smudging of the house, saging. Just walking around with that piece of sage and going into each
teach
room in your home, just to you know just to clarify the air. I
yes.
I
I
love
love the smell of it. So that
I
alone.
love the smell as well. And that's just something that is, if that's your thing,
Yeah.
just being able to walk through and sage your house periodically. I work in the office and it does not have windows that open. I sage my office I have a sage spray.
Yeah.
I also have a clearing spray, a room clearing spray
Yeah.
that a dear friend of mine, shout out to my girlfriend Zima, who creates
Mhm.
a cleansing spray, and I spray that in my office every day. It
Yes.
shifts the energy in there. It takes the staleness out. I
Yes.
mean, it's ventilated in there,
Yeah.
but sometimes just the energy of other people. We're
Other
all
people.
energetic beings, and when we're around each other in close quarters, sometimes it's good to be able to shift that energy in the
Mhm.
air. So, that's
Absolutely.
something that's beautiful. That's something to me that's self-supporting, and it causes a shift, especially if it just feels weird. Sometimes it just feels off in an area and you need to do
Yeah.
something to clarify that air. You need to do something to breathe, you
Yeah.
know? All right.
Peace, yo.
Yes. Hey, yo.
Yo just had
Absolutely.
her daughter just had another grandbaby for her, and oh, I'm so
Oh,
excited for the family.
congratulations.
Congratulations, yo.
Yes, congratulations, sis. All right. Well,
Yeah.
like I said, we were just talking about gentle self-support. And yes,
Yeah. So here's
being
another one.
yes. Do you want me to turn to the next one? I'm
Mhm.
so sorry.
Yeah. Here's another way.
Yes.
Move. We've been talking about this probably the last 2 or 3 episodes that we've been doing this
Yes.
about the importance of movement. We're going to talk about shifting energy. Move your body. Put
Yes.
on some music and dance. Put on some music. It makes me think about back in the day when parents would wake up, put some music on, and start cleaning the dang on house.
Yes.
It's because your body's moving. It takes your mind off of whatever task you're doing that you might not want to do. Who feel like sweeping the floors and mopping them? But if I put my jam on, now
Okay.
I'm dancing and
Okay.
I'm cleaning and I'm getting it done. So it says move even when you don't feel like it.
Yes.
Movement releases endorphins and
Yes.
clears
Yes.
mental fog, y'all. Try stretching, dancing to a song, or even a short walk. Not as punishment. We're not torturing ourselves,
No,
Craig,
switch.
but as a celebration, just a celebration of life.
Okay.
Depression is real, and sometimes it's hard to see that you're valid. You're perfect just as you are. You're more than enough for the life that you desire. Move, and your body will show you even more so how that's true.
Okay. And then think about it. Think about movement as a part of our heritage.
Yes.
Okay. Think about our ancestors and
Hmm.
how they moved their bodies and the significance of dance
Yeah.
for them. Dance was celebration. It
It
was
was
it was
worship.
yes, it was worship. You're absolutely right. It was a rite of passage
Mhm.
in certain cultures to be able to dance. We see that in several cultures. It's a
Several.
rite of passage. You think
I can
about
only think of one particular
quinceañeras.
culture you don't see it in.
Right. Anyway, anyway,
They do
dance is
ours though.
yes, dance is
Sorry.
something that is significant. It is significant. It is something, like I said, that is a rite of passage. It is a means of us celebrating,
Yes.
but it also lets us connect to ourselves,
Yes.
to connect to our body, to let us know what our bodies are capable of doing, how flexible we are.
Yes.
Okay. Every now and then I got to put the old school jams on there and see if I can still do a knee pump and all these other things. I may only have like a one drop maximum, but hey, I'm
Hey,
going to try it. I'm going to
hey,
try it.
I got the drop. It's the get back up problem that I have right now. I can do the drop, baby. I'm gonna do the drop. So I'm gonna grab a counter and coming back up. Or me and G will be in the kitchen. These kids think we're crazy. We be in there with music, dancing. I got a half of a twerk. I got what? I'm 3/4. I got 3/4 of a twerk. So I'm gonna work that twerk. But even in that, just having fun with your significant
Right.
other, you're
Right.
releasing energy. People don't understand we can't. The reason your shoulders are so tight, the reason
Right.
your neck is so tight, the
That's right.
reason we're sitting in front of computers working from home, which is amazing
Right.
advance in technology for us, but you're sitting
Right.
and energy becomes stagnant.
That's
And
right.
that stagnant energy becomes pain, and that
That's
pain becomes a mental frustration, and that mental frustration becomes depression. We're not understanding how that unfolds inside our body. If you could just remind yourself once a day, 5 minutes. You don't have to be a full 5 minutes, because I'm thinking about back in the day when the songs used to last.
right. 7 minutes.
So,
Like this song ain't over yet. Right.
the go-go music, we still
Right.
dancing.
Right.
But
House
if you
music all
just
night
go ahead
long.
and do a full song, you'd be surprised at how less depressed you feel.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Just like you said, it's a matter of moving. Move your body. Yo said some dance before a war as a way of uplifting the troops. They did.
Come on.
They did. There is so much significance in dance and in movement,
Yeah.
and so many different ways that we can move our bodies.
Yes.
Okay. Whether it's on beat or off beat. And I'm going to let it go right
Let me have whatever beat I'm gonna catch. Let me catch.
there. It's the 18th beat.
I'm gonna catch the 18th mother. If I'm gonna catch it, 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, whatever.
Right, right.
Let me catch the beat.
You're not right. And move and moving on. She said 12 minutes on the 45. You right. You are right. You are right, my friend. 12 minutes
Oh,
on the 45. You
that
are
was funny.
funny. All right, let's move on. All right. What does it say? Oh, life coaching. All right. Nourish with warmth. Comfort foods don't have to mean junk food. Some soups, herbal teas, and earthy meals can fuel your brain and body.
Yes.
Oh yes, the lentils. How many soups can you have those beautiful lentils that are going to give you that protein that you need?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be super cheesy, super chunky with a whole bunch of things in it that are not going to be healthy for your body. But there are so many wonderful soups that you can make,
Yes.
especially during the season with
Especially during the
chicken.
season.
This is when you're pulling out that slow cooker, you're pulling out
That's
that crock pot, okay, and getting jiggy with it.
yes. I
What can
love me a good tomato bisque or a butternut squash soup.
butternut
Jesus.
squash? Yes,
Jesus.
yes. Okay, the offense. Okay, and just be careful on the carbs. Be careful with having too many pieces of bread because sometimes that bread hits you just right. You
Yeah,
can
see, I
have
don't even
a
bother
piece.
with the bread at this point.
Some people you can have a piece because some people are not gonna have that soup without that bread on the side.
Yeah, they're
They
not
just
gonna have
not.
it
They
because
not.
it's a tomato soup with some grilled cheeses. I mean,
Hey,
it's
okay, I'm just saying.
but I'll do it one time through the whole season. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna mess with that bread too much.
Okay, okay. And we just got to be careful about the soup selections that we have. But there are
Yes,
so many vegetable soups, clear broth
yes,
soups that are not
I
heavy with the
love
with the
clear broth soup.
creams and stuff like that that
Yeah,
are going to help to nourish our bodies. Just like she said,
here
squash
she
soups with
go.
turmeric. Yes, ma'am.
Here she
Yes,
go.
ma'am. You have some. You
Turmeric
can use
is
some
so good for
bone broth,
you
all
with
kinds.
your joints and stuff. Turmeric is so good for the joints for pain relief and all this stuff.
Absolutely.
I love me some turmeric.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. So there are
Yep.
so many ways that we can go with that. Just like you said, just avoiding the junk foods, the cakes and the pies and the pastries, and staying more on that lighter side.
Yeah.
You
Like
know,
Kim said, do you like, especially if you're vegetarian, just get you a vegetable broth. Cut you up some celery, get your carrots, get your lentils, get your things that are because
bone broth. Yes,
beans are hearty.
absolutely.
And you put all those things in there that you really, really like and let that simmer for a while. Throw your little turmeric or something in there, a little ginger, whatever you want that flavor to be like that particular day. And you have your good soup. It does not have to be. Nigga, I love me a creamy soup. I ain't gonna lie. Give me a good clam chowder.
Ooh, yes, yes. But like I said, we limit the ones that are super, super
We
creamy, but
limit
but
those,
have them, but have them.
but have
I'm never gonna say don't have them. Okay,
we
and
ain't
this
on punishment. We ain't on punishment.
that's
But
it.
like once a month, I'm gonna
Okay.
get me a creamy soup. You better
Okay.
believe that.
And go put all the cheese in it. Don't start me. Don't start me because I'm gonna have some of that every now and then too.
Oh, you a
Okay.
cheesy? You like the cheese
I
like
like
that?
cheese in this. Oh yes, all the things, all the things.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Those earthy meals. It's like they said. Sometimes when we think about those hot meals, they're ones that are all they have a lot of heavy
Ooh,
bases to them. All right. What is Joe saying? She said save your veggie scraps and put them in the freezer, and they can be used to make a vegetable broth. Fantastic.
yes.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. I
100%.
didn't she's got me thinking now because I'm even thinking about celery. I mean, I use things, celery throughout the year.
Yeah.
That the bottom and the top I don't use, but I can make a soup. You could gather all the vegetables out of it, and now you got you a broth
Correct.
that is just clear
Right.
broth.
Right. And you're taking all of the nutrients out of those fresh vegetables,
Yeah.
or pulling them. You're not wasting them.
You're not
You know?
wasting it.
Child, yeah, you on to something, my friend.
Come on,
Absolutely. And then think about herbal teas. You know, we
herbal tea.
herbal teas, because regular teas can almost have as much caffeine as
It's
coffee.
absolutely.
So teas can be high in caffeine. So if you're drinking your herbal teas, those are wonderful to
I
have.
love herbal
Your
tea.
ginger and turmeric, all kinds.
I
There
love
are
it.
all
That's
kinds of
is
herbal
have
teas.
you found out anything about agave that's adverse? Because I like agave. I put a little bit of agave in my
A
tea
little
just
agave ain't never hurt nobody. Okay. A
because
little
I stay away from white sugar like the plague.
Yeah. Yeah, there are so many things we have to be label watchers on, because don't be deceived, because there are many things that will say that they're gluten free, GMO
Yes.
free,
Sugar
low
free.
fat, sugar free, and then when you turn it over and you begin to read those ingredients, you'll find that some of those things have all kinds of sugar in different forms, in
Yeah.
different fructoses and
It's,
sucroses, and they're called different things. And just because they don't say the word sugar does not mean that they
yeah.
are sugar free. So you really have to watch the things that you're eating and drinking, and making sure that there are things that are going to, again, like it says, fuel your
Yeah.
brain and your body.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and look at you. She said, Yo said, and save your tea bags and make a scrub with it. Come
I'm
through.
gonna need you to do a class. You're gonna have to.
A whole
Don't
class.
worry about it. I'll reach out to
Oh,
you. I ain't playing with you
okay.
because you're gonna
Okay.
show us how to make some scrubs with something.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. And those are things, again, that are going to fuel our brain and our body.
And
Like
our
she says,
body.
using those things, and that means from the outside in and from the inside out.
Yes.
So it's wonderful. Like she said, use those tea bags and make a scrub. Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
Heck
Let's do
yeah.
it.
Let's
Let's
do
do
it.
it. I love that.
Yeah,
I
me
love that.
too.
Girl, we're gonna get her on here to talk about these things.
She gonna what?
All the things.
She coming to smile too. I don't care. I don't care. She don't open her mouth now. All
All
right.
right.
So what we got next here?
You're on radar.
So
Okay.
another one of the practices to ground and uplift you. Staying connected. We talked about this too. Staying connected. Isolation deepens isolation deepens the darkness. And that is the realist. When you isolate, it feels good to be away from the noise. That's usually what we're isolating from. We don't want to hear the talk, the judgment, what everybody else is going through. You don't want to hear it. But try to call a friend. One, call a friend, attend a class, or check in with your therapist or your coach. Connection is a lifeline. We were not created to be alone.
Yeah.
That's the thing about human nature. We have not been created. That's why even what's it called? Procreation exists. It requires
Mhm.
someone else. There's
Right.
very few things you can find in nature that can procreate by itself.
Correct.
We need connection. So, yes, have your moments by yourself, but do not isolate to the point that no one knows what's going on with you because it's not going to benefit you during this time of seasonal depression.
That's right. That's right. We're gonna break them down each one. Like you said, talking about calling a friend. Call that friend that you know is going to motivate you. Okay. And we all have different friends for different reasons. You have that ride or die friend who, if you just tell her to come with the baseball bat, she's just coming, no questions asked. Okay. You have those people. Then you have those friends that you call when you're just feeling down, and that person is that person that's going to make you laugh. I just
Yeah,
had
look at
I had lunch with my girlfriend yesterday. We've been friends since we were 16.
there.
She lives in the same state with me. We haven't seen each other in a couple of years
See,
because so life has been life.
life.
But she's like, you know what, Kim? I just love spending time with you because you always say something silly that's gonna make me laugh. And so we
Crazy.
were just a kikiing and a kikiing yesterday. It was so good to
Yeah.
be able to talk and to laugh. With that one friend who is that's your person, that's your go-to person. If somebody is, who to call if you feel like clowning. You know
Yeah.
who to call if you feel like complaining. You
Mm,
know who to call. So it's tapping into those friends that are
mhm.
going to, you know, give you what it is that you need, but
Yeah.
also making sure that you call them and tell them hey, if you don't hear from me in a couple of days, call and check on me.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Those friends, those people that are in your close circle, it's important that you deepen your relationships with them and that you continue to call on them when you need them.
Exactly. I have some of the best friends. Oh my gosh, these niggas are crazy. But I have some of the friends, and it's not. It don't go past this many.
Right,
Probably this many or
right.
this. It's not a bunch of
Yeah.
them, but I know who to call to pull me out of spaces. They're gonna commiserate first. They're gonna be like, "Girl, I understand. Girl, I get it." They were there, but then they're gonna help me get through it. They're gonna let me not feel alone, even if I can't get out the house. If Carmen San Diego's over in the state of Washington for a minute, at least I get to connect and laugh with Kim or whoever it is I want to talk to in order to get out of those spaces. Because, like Yo said, don't have time for somebody to be negative. I have family members. I can't call my family for stuff like this because they're gonna almost help take me into a spiral of where I already am. I don't need that.
That's it.
I can do
That's
that by
it.
myself.
All right. Just like she said, you don't call your negative Nancy or call that person who is gonna, dump all of their frustrations on you and just cause you to go spiral into the rabbit hole with them. That's not the friend that you
That's
call.
not
You
the
call that
friend.
person that's going to uplift you and that's going to encourage you. Those are the friends that you call. There's a season and a time for each type of friend that you have. And so make sure that you're
Absolutely.
tapping into those that are going to uplift you. Okay. And then, like you said, attend a class. It's interesting because my 365-day challenge today was talking about learning new skills and doing something, that's going to continue to broaden your base, as my dad said. Things that are
Yes.
going to help you to grow, things that, a new skill or
Yes.
trade or something, that's going to help you to express your creativity.
Yeah.
Those are always good things. So, looking into something that's of interest. What is something that's of interest to you in your local area that you can attend? That's also going to put you around like minded people. And it's
Yeah.
going to help you to establish new and fresh relationships based on your common interests. So,
Yes.
attending a class is awesome for
I'm
that.
excited that Kim and Yo will be attending my NAMI basics class. I mean, that's not basics, peer-to-peer class tomorrow. And I
Yeah.
miss when me and Kim used to always find some class in the
Yeah.
area to meet up with. That what was that Tai Chi? Me and Kim
Yes.
would meet up and do Tai
Ooh,
Chi with
loved
this
it.
class, and it was just so
Mhm.
grounding and peaceful
Mhm.
early in the morning. I don't know how I let her get me out of bed. I don't even
Okay.
know how I
She
did it.
was there.
I
She
was
was there.
there. I was
And it's funny. Kaiser Permanente does classes that are open, exercise classes that are open to the public. And
wow,
so,
go ahead,
yeah,
Kaiser.
and they have been doing that for years. They had stopped doing it when COVID started. But when I say I am not a Kaiser Permanente
Yeah,
member, and this is no plug for them, but
yeah,
they had classes that were open to the public that were free, and you just
yeah.
signed a waiver. And so people would just get together. We would get together. There was a line dancing class, there was a step class,
Oh,
there was all kinds of exercise classes, and it was just wonderful to get out. And we became a little community,
see,
and we kept in contact even offline, even after we finished after they closed down the classes due to COVID. We would all still keep in contact with the instructor,
yeah.
because it was something that was a common goal for us. So it's beautiful when you can,
Mhm.
find classes because it introduces you to other people who are like-minded.
Yeah.
So that's
Kim,
something.
also Kai Universe.
Yes.
We did a meditation
Yes.
classes, and oh my gosh, we did.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta find those things that are gonna help uplift the things that you're about. If you
Yes.
want to learn how to sew, there's sewing classes out here.
All kinds.
You gotta go, and they have free classes for almost anything.
Yes.
Pottery,
Yes.
all kind of
Continuing ed classes, just like you said,
see
colleges and everything.
colleges, everything. Find classes, especially during this season of seasonal depression, so you could connect with other people.
Yes. And
And
then
like she said, and the last one, what? Checking with your therapist or coach. You got two coaches right here, right here in front of you. You have all of our contact information. If you don't, Kim has it scrolling across the bottom so you can follow both of our YouTube pages. Kim is at How Now Podcast 2391, and I'm at AYE Live. And you just come, 8131. I don't know how they picked that damn number, but anyway. But AYE Live 8131. Follow our pages. If you need someone to talk to, someone to help work you through a space, please check in with your therapist or your life coach because that's what we're here for. That's what we do.
that's it. That's what
Hell,
we
I was a
do.
life coach before I was a life coach. So,
Okay. Both. All right. And we're exactly.
yep, yo,
And
cooking class,
herbalist.
herbalist classes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Child.
Mhm.
Yo is a source right there in of herself.
And yo is a source,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right. And then this next one, honor rest. Nature slows down during the season. Maybe you were meant to as well. Rest doesn't mean laziness, it means restoration.
Say that one more time.
Ooh, let me say it
Say that
again.
one
Yeah,
more time.
girl, you were in my mind. Yes, I said rest doesn't mean laziness, it's restoration. Our bodies can't rebuild and restore themselves or repair themselves without proper rest. We must lay it down. Sometimes people are up in the middle of the night scrolling on
Yeah,
social media and everything like that. We need to put things down, start winding down so that way we get proper rest so that our body can heal and
yeah.
restore itself. It's necessary. Talk
Mhm.
about it because you know all about rest.
Oh, you know I don't play about rest. I have already have a Sunday book study every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. Excuse me, 6 to 8. I changed the time on that one. 6 to 8. Restoring rest. I'm stuck on restoring. Reclaiming every second of our time.
Yes.
REST. We're reclaiming every second of our time because that's what rest is. Rest is the reclaiming your time. It's the things you did for the kids, the things you did for the job, the things you did for the husband, the spouse, the wife, the things you did. Now, on Sundays, we're going to take a moment to restore because it's
Yes.
restoration. Rest is restoration. Stop
Yes.
feeling guilty for for wanting to lay down. You do
Okay.
not have to fill your time. What you're doing is distracting yourself from what your body actually needs.
That's right.
Okay? So
And
take the time to REST and don't feel bad about it. And it doesn't have to do it laying in the bed. Rest can be sitting out there in the sun,
mhm,
getting
I
that
like
light therapy and things like that. Rest can be just not doing nothing for them. Sit in the tub. They better not knock on my door when I'm inside my tub. I got my Epsom salt, my candles, everything smell good, feel good, tub nice
right.
and warm. You better not. What's up, TK? You
Yes.
better not come in there while I'm reclaiming every second of my motherfucking time. You better leave me alone.
She said
Leave me
every
alone.
time. Okay. Yes. It's imperative that we do that, that we rest, that we go lay down somewhere. You know, we used to tell kids, go sit down somewhere. Go sit
Tell
down
yourself.
somewhere. Rest. Lay down. That's what you bought that bed. That's what I bought that bed with that magnificent mattress that does all kinds of stuff. That's why I bought it.
Not to feel guilty in it.
Not to feel guilty about laying in it. Some of us spend a nice little penny for our bed to be just right. Rest. Give
Yes.
yourself a time because we're constantly running and scrambling and being everything to everybody. The best thing that we can be is good to ourselves and
So,
give ourselves and our bodies an opportunity to restore.
yep.
Just like she said, to reclaim every
Give me a
second
second.
of our time. I love that. When she first told me that, I was like, yes.
Just
Okay,
like,
I almost did a praise run. I was like, what is happening here? She is on to something.
you
Reclaim
know I
your
love my
time because you
acronyms,
can't get it
baby.
back. You cannot get it back. You cannot get the time back.
You can't get it back.
That's it.
So you
Okay.
can reclaim it by doing what you need to do for these next 20, 30 minutes, hour, or whatever it is. You'll
Yes.
reclaim.
Yes.
Like him, you can't pick it up, take it from before, but I bet you can get it right now.
That's
You
right.
can get it right now. You're going to reclaim it for now because it belongs to you.
Okay.
Yo
All
said,
right.
then I went out and bought the Egyptian cotton sheets and the furry comforters that you don't even want to get in the.
Right.
She's just
Right.
trifling. You see how trifling that? I mean, it's
Right.
wonderful, but golly, that's reclaiming
Okay.
your time right
She's
there.
right. Okay, you make up these magnificent beds and you don't want to lay in them. It's not decoration. No, I'm diving in face
Name,
first.
face,
Okay. Child, let me tell you, I sleep so hard sometimes, y'all. I feel like I'm getting resurrected every morning. It's like you
swear.
could throw a rose on me. Bing! You could throw a rose on me because I am knocked out. When I go to sleep, I have said my after. I mean, I have said, what I am great, what I'm
Yeah.
grateful for. I do my little three gratitude
Mhm.
items in my journal,
Yeah.
and then I lay it down. I'm at peace. So I sleep hard, y'all.
Hard.
Hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if my husband moves, yes, I'm like, what you doing? Okay. I don't want him to disturb my groove. Okay. So
Mhm.
yes, I might wake up for that. But I sleep deeply because I've taken myself to a space of peace
Yeah.
and relaxation so that I can enjoy that sleep. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm ready.
Yeah.
That's what that sleep will do.
Yeah.
That's what that rest will do.
That's what that rest will do.
All right, let's get to the final one.
Go ahead.
Let's wrapping it up. Okay. Reframing the darkness. It says seasonal depression can also be an invitation to look inward, to release what's no longer serving you and plant seeds for new growth when spring returns. It's about the
Yes.
harvest, y'all. What are
Yes.
you planting that you can harvest for your future? What are some things that you're letting go of? Just like the leaves fall off the trees, what are those things that you're releasing from your life? What are those
Yes.
things that you're releasing from your foundation? Like
Yes.
this tree back here. What are those things that you're
Yes.
releasing that are going to harvest
Hmm.
into something that's going to make you a better version of yourself?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So ask yourself, what am I being asked to let go of? What would bring me light right now?
Yes.
And how can I support my emotional garden this season?
Yes. I absolutely love
You can
that.
finish this
Okay.
off.
It says, remember, darkness is not absolute. I can't read the rest.
Absence.
Oh, it's not the absence of light.
Hmm.
It's the space where light is reborn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? It is not the absence of light.
It's not.
It's where light is reborn.
I don't
I
remember
love
putting
that.
that one up there.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. This
Yeah.
was a good one.
I love it.
This was a good one.
I love
Okay.
it.
It's a season. And just like we prepare for the seasons when we wear a coat or gloves or hats, what things are we doing to prepare for the upcoming seasons ahead? And that includes the seasons of our lives.
Hmm.
We're going to go through and experience different things as we are
Yes.
aging, and we're going to experience different things as we become aware of different things that are going on in our lives.
Hmm.
We say when we know better we do better.
Yeah.
There are things that we're going to find that we may have been doing every single year, or we may have been doing cyclically.
Yeah.
That's the word. We're constantly in
Hmm.
that cycle of doing certain things, and then we have to stop and say, okay, what can we do differently this
Yeah.
time?
Hmm.
Okay, I love that. It just like you said, what are we making room for? What are we making room for in our lives that's going to accentuate, that's going to encourage and uplift us to do the things that we need to do moving forward.
Yeah.
Because after this season, we start talking about a new year. And people start talking about resolutions. I am not big on resolutions. What things are we doing right now that we can continue to do to better the quality of our
Of
lives?
our lives.
You know? And again, it's seasonal. It's not
Yeah.
something that's static. It's not something that's going to continue constantly. What are we doing to make those necessary changes?
Exactly. Yo, if you ever heard of the Dark Night of the Soul, if you ever heard of the Dark Night of the Soul, that's a season. It's a
Hmm.
season where you feel like God has lifted his or her hands, its hands, off of you, and you feel alone. You feel depressed. You feel confused. You feel like there's no navigation that's working for you. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing next. In those spaces,
Right.
in the space of seasonal depression, is a time for stillness. Like the slide said, them bears climb the little monkey ass. I call the bear a monkey. They climb into a cave or a tree and they hibernate. I'm sorry. They hibernate. They collected what they needed prior to. We've been watching the squirrels out here. And the squirrels, you can hear they so loud. They be cracking nuts. And they just you just hear them cracking the nuts. And so I told G was like, they eat. And I said, no, they're storing.
Right.
They're beginning to store nuts. And they so that they can prepare for the winter. He started
Right.
talking about, well, in Maryland, the squirrels still come out. These squirrels aren't built for Maryland weather, okay? They trying to hibernate. Stop worrying about that. But it's time throughout the year for us to do what we do, create, love on people, and love on ourselves and enjoy. Because during this time, hibernation is not a punishment.
No.
You don't have to feel sad. You get to rest. Them bears be like, I did what I was supposed to do this whole year. Now I'm going to go over here. I'm going to collect all the food I need for these months. And
Right.
I'm going to eat and take care of my children and do what I got to do. It's okay. It's just a season.
That's
And
it.
you will get through with it. Kim, you want to close us out for the night?
Absolutely. I wanted to see Yo said I'm waiting to the beginning of the year to make a new me. I'm working on me every day so I can be better for me every day.
Every day.
Okay. And it's never a matter, you can always start today. You can always start right
And I
now.
think that's what she's saying. I'm
Mhm.
not waiting to the
Yes.
beginning. Yeah.
Right. Not waiting to the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's what she's
Yes. There
saying.
we go. Yeah. There we go. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, let me make sure. Yes.
Yeah.
But every day is an opportunity for us to, so to speak, turn over a new leaf. Okay. As we're talking about fall coming in, this is a season of harvest. So
Yeah.
think about the things that you're doing, that you're harvesting, the things that you're storing up for that are going to help to prepare you as you move forward. So, like you said, this has been a wonderful, wonderful show. It's been a great tool to put in your toolbox.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you want to talk to us a little bit more about it, make sure that you are liking, following, subscribing, and sharing to our YouTube channels that are going across the bottom of the screen. Reach out to us. All right. And make sure that you press that notification bell so you always know when
Ding.
we're live, and to DM us and share with us the things that you want to see us talk about as
Period.
we continue moving forward. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you all for hanging out with us today.
Thank
We look
you.
forward to seeing you all next week. Be sure to spread love. Be sure to take care of yourself so that you
Please.
can be a blessing to others. All
Period.
right. And with
Let's
that,
go, y'all.
we will see you all the next time. And until then, we say peace.